What's going on, everybody? James here, urban-picker.com or redoptionagency.com. And before we start, please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff so I can make some money and buy me a Trackhawk. Alright, we're going to get into items that have sold since the last video. And this, just so you know, is my third attempt at making this video. And I'm over it already because my phone keeps acting up while I'm trying to record. So we're going to get into this. So I'll probably make this a nice little speedy video. We got this Panduit hat for $13.49. We got some Clio sexy leather pants for $13.49. You better still be recording, damn it. Okay. Everything in here is going to be I paid under 50 cents for, unless I tell you, like this Nightmare Before Christmas snow globe, which is Walgreens arbitrage, which I probably paid about 95 cents for. Sold for 25 British pounds. We got some Sonoma shoes that sold for 14. We got a Bone Collector shirt sold for $10.79. Got this Slim PS2 sold for $49.99. We got this Spider Kids jacket sold for $17.99. If you don't know, Spider jackets sell in all shapes, fashions, and forms. We got this Veil hat, dirty, for $8.77. DIRTEE. Dirty. Columbia Kids jacket coat for $11. As soon as I made my textile YouTube video, this item sold for $10. And I've got two more in my store. If it looks appealing to you and you say, I need that. Gulf Shores, Alabama hat for $11.69. Me and my travel souvenirs. Madonna promo single sold for 10 British pounds. A Nike women's tee, crushing it t-shirt, $8.77. A Julie London LP vinyl album for $12. And if you're not familiar with albums, if it still has the plastic shrink on the cover, even if it's not sealed, type shrink in the title. That just kind of means that the album's been protected. Your cover might look better than everybody else's, and it might sell quicker. We got a Fighting Illini hat for $9. We got this reindeer onesie. Oh, no, do not do that. It's not a onesie. It's a one-piece reindeer. Don't type onesie. Who owns that? Oshkosh owns that name. If you put it on anything else, you will get struck down by the eBay gods. All right, Ralph Lauren jeans for $10.12. Harris Stowe State College, I believe that's the same college, Harris Teachers College, 1953 yearbook for $13.12. We got a Titleist St. Louis Cardinals hat. That sold for $9.75. Here's me shamelessly plugging my videos so people can watch, so I can make money, so I can buy a Trackhawk. Did I mention Trackhawk? All right, just checking. Budweiser beer hat for $9.35. This came in some totes. I bought 10 totes from a friend of mine, and each item averaged $2 to $2.50 a piece. This sold for $8.99. Howard Miller clock. He actually paid $2 for that. Sold for $30. This, I believe, was in those friend totes too. So that sold for $8.99. We got a Sony Dream Machine. Sold for $9.26. Ducks Unlimited hat for $10. A nice little Nautica jacket here for $22.49. Got a Rams hat for $8.99. And you know me, all fast food items I grab. Subway visor for $11.69. And I buy all golf stuff, $8 for St. Andrews. St. Elmo Steakhouse sold for $8. We got a Rolls Royce cassette. Now, I got a funny story about this cassette. When I first started working in a music store in about 1993, we had this guy who would always come in. He'd order this cassette, then he'd never pick it up. So after a week or two, we put it out on the shelf. It would sell. Then he'd come back in wanting it. We'd have to reorder it again. He wouldn't pick it up, put it on the shelf, and this kit went on, and on for easily over a year. It was so funny, but entertaining. When you work in a music store or place like that, man, you run into all kinds of characters, and kind of makes you appreciate life and the differences of people, because I love the idiocracies or the differences or the nuances of what makes people different from each other. And it's a beautiful thing. Unlike nowadays where everybody wants everybody to think the same. All right, we got this Parkway West shirt sold for $10.12. Cotton Eye Joe and other dance hall favorites for $8.49. We got this Fighter Pilot Kid Snapback sold for £9.60 British pounds. St. Louis Blues hoodie sold for $10. David Bowie cassette for $8.49. Kanakuk. I did not do any research on that, or I don't think I did, because I don't remember what it was. And it sold for $12.25 and sold pretty quick. All right, Busch Stadium final game. I almost put this up for hire, and I probably should have. It sold pretty quick. So Busch Stadium's final game before they tore it down in 2005 in the old Busch Stadium. $14.39. Laredo black cowboy boots sold for $21.99. UFCW local for $8. $5.73. A Columbia area code. Now, Columbia is a little town in between St. Louis and Kansas City, Missouri. And this happens a lot, where this kind of stuff, where probably only anybody in Columbia would know what this means and stands for, but yet it's going overseas. Sold for £8 British pounds. And that actually happens quite a lot when it comes to local things around the country. It's very odd, but I like it. Got this cool vintage jacket, sold for $30. I'd wear that, man, just to make people look at me and say, hey, look at me. Got this Digi Camo military hat, sold for $8.50. Tommy Hilfiger button down, £9 British pounds. BNSF Railway, Santa Fe, $14. All railroad stuff I buy. Texas Instrument calculator for $17.99. Buffalo Bills hat for $11.69. IHOP Restaurant Conference from 2006, $8.77. I always like finding this oddball stuff like here, because nobody else is going to grab it. Nobody else is going to have it. And I can corner the market on it, because if I don't grab it, it just gets recycled. So that's sold for $8.77. Vera Bradley, $8.99. Stephen Barry, Tennessee sweatshirt for $15. Pure Prairie League cassette for $10.19. We got the Disney cassette, sold for $8.82. And Fox 2 here in St. Louis, sold for $13.49. This sold pretty quick, and I think it's staying here in the area. Some Adidas slides sold for $14.39. Fishbone cassette sold for $11.04. And we got Digital Underground for $8.83. And we got D'Angelo for $13.59. And that is the final one. Hopefully this video worked, and you can like and subscribe and all that good stuff that everybody asks you to do. So you should just know to do it by now. Like it, subscribe it. All right, thanks everybody. I will catch you later. See you next video.